In the name of one true God. Please be seated. Today is Maundy Thursday, the day before Christ was crucified. The word Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum, which means commandment or mandate. So it's easy to remember. Maundy, mandatum, mandate. 3 M's. It refers to Jesus' commandment, which was just read to us: love one another as I loved you. This event takes place during the Passover, a Jewish festival which talks about God's liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. And this is the time when Last Supper takes place, and it takes place in Jerusalem, the holy city. And it's pivotal to us as Christians, as this incident precedes crucifixion. And who all are present in this event? Disciples, the 12 disciples who have been set apart to do Great Commission by Jesus, and Jesus being the main protagonist. And 2 disciples are being mentioned in this gospel. First is Judas and Peter. Judas is someone who leaves the meal, and Peter is someone who resisted from the foot washing. At this meal, Jesus being at the center and 12 disciples, Jesus introduces a new commandment: love one another as I loved you. And this happens in this Last Supper, or Eucharist, or communion. And it is instituted by Christ himself. As Episcopalians, we regard this as a sacrament. Yes, it is a holy sacrament. And there are a lot of pictures and paintings which depict the Last Supper. One of the most famous is, as we all may know, Leonardo da Vinci's painting, with Jesus being at the center and his followers, his friends, his disciples being around. The very first point which I want to make is servanthood and humility. I love the holy act of foot washing. To me, it means to understand the neighbors. To me, it means to understand the friends and the people around me. Washing of the feet is the work of a servant. It requires servanthood and humility. Only a true leader can wash the feet of his friends, disciples, followers. Jesus is the true model of a true leader. Washing the feet is not only physical act, but it's an spiritual act as well. It's spiritual cleansing, indicating the need for inner purification and the openness to grace. And grace is something which is unmerited gift. From the words of the hymn, Jesu, Jesu, fill us with your love. Show us how to serve the neighbors we have from you. In today's world, we are called and encouraged to wash the feet of our neighbors and friends. The more humble we become, the more our pride fades. Yes, brothers and sisters, I say to you, may we wash the feet of our neighbors, not to judge them quickly, but to be mindful of their needs and concerns, to be graceful, to love without measure. So consider today's foot washing as a holy and a sacred act, and may we be open to be in this practice of inner purification, servant leadership, and humility. The second, companionship and Holy Eucharist. Maundy Thursday mentions the Last Supper where Jesus shares the bread and wine. It establishes what we as Christians today practice in this holy table, Eucharist or supper. A companion is someone who travels or spends time and breaks bread with us. Companion is connected with compassion, and compassion is rooted in Latin, which means compati, to suffer with. Friends are called to hold the burdens, to suffer with. A true companion was Jesus to his disciples, to share burdens, griefs, pain, and to suffer with. This means emotionally we are called to carry the burdens of our friends and to be with them, to be present, to listen. And the Last Supper is a new covenant which brings God and humanity together. This is the true model of companionship, to break bread with friends who love us and even betray us. And Christ says it's okay, for we don't have to judge them. It's God who judges. It's God who sits on the throne is the one to judge. Judgment is not ours. We are called to love our friends the way they are, the way they love and see the world in day-to-day activities, beginning from the morning and to the end of the day. May we love without any expectation from them. Our neighbors, our friends, and the people we see. May we love not to be rewarded. May we love to be supporters. The same love we need to offer to the people around us. This is relationship founded on love and grace alone. From the words of the hymn, "When I Survey the Wondrous Cross," love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. Amazing love. The third, sacrifice and remembrance. Sacrifice is defined as giving up something valuable, often for the sake of someone else, a greater good or higher purpose. Jesus, the Christ, the Good Shepherd, offers himself as a lamb. Jesus, a shepherd, becomes a lamb to be sacrificed, to be slaughtered. A man without blemish. A pious teacher, rabbi, or guru, with profound wisdom, who is wrongly accused, condemned, and nailed to the tree. Yet he remains obedient to the will of God until the very end. This is profound. This is an act of sacrifice and love till the very end. This is called self-giving. For the community, it's a hallmark of true leadership, the mark of a rabbi, the mark of a spiritual guide who leads by example and sets examples. A true leader leaves legacy. For us as Christians, the bread and the wine are covenant signs, a sign of promise in God's presence and salvation. Jesus commanded, "Do this in remembrance of me." Notice the word is command, not said, and it relates to the mandate. From the words of the hymn, "Let us break the bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees, with my face to the rising sun, O Lord, have mercy on me." We remember Christ's death. We proclaim his resurrection and await his coming in glory. Remembering is important. It binds us to God's promises and sustains the life of the church. Brothers and sisters, may we be a servant who is humble to wash the feet of our friends and neighbors, to be a companion to hold to the suffering our friends may go through, to celebrate the Eucharist set before us, and to be a sacrifice, and to remember that Christ has taught us, do this in remembrance of me, as he has loved us without any measure. May we reflect Jesus' commandment to love, his example of service, and his ultimate sacrifice. May we be the beacons of hope and light, and may the memory of Christ love guide our hearts and minds to love without expectations.